Hi guys, welcome back to the latest video. Today we are covering the newest leaks of chapter 314 of My Hero Academia. We're going to delve into the continuation of Lady Nagant versus Deku, so without further ado, let's hop right in the chapter. After catching Lady Nagant, we are brought into Deku's thought process about locating and grabbing Lady Nagant. He understood that she would have to be somewhere where she could shoot all 4 decoys instantaneously, so definitely a point of altitude and range, which is how he was able to locate her and use Gran Torino's cape and his own mask as a decoy. Nagant was shown to be extremely impressed by Deku's speed. Deku then begins asking about All for One, but Lady Nagant fights back saying she hasn't lost yet, and that the Public Safety Commission trained her well. She releases her elbow rifle and hits Deku with its impact, but he dodges the shot that comes immediately after the hit. Deku is shown to be perplexed as to why she's under All for One's control, especially considering that Lady Nagant used to be a hero. She tells Deku that he can only see the artificially created piece, and that people painted with that color are never able to see the full picture of reality. Deku is seen not understanding the reference to what she means by that, and we then see Deku's body start to feel the consequences of combining multiple quirks, which was to be expected given Deku's use of all of his quirks simultaneously. Nagant shoots another one of those radio bullets and starts talking to Deku about how she killed too many people to maintain this false society until she eventually grew tired of it all. We are shown a time where she was given multiple orders to kill, and suddenly a Nagant flashback begins, and it shows she started her career at the time vigilantes started being perceived as heroes and were receiving the people's approval. She was a gear of this forming system, working in broad daylight and behind the curtains to guarantee things would go the right way. We then see her killing terrorists who were only alleged to commit terrorist attacks in the future, and the terrorists were crying, saying that they didn't even do anything yet and were instead just following orders. Nagant repeated to herself over and over that she too was just obeying orders and that this was for the greater good. But her breaking point came when a bunch of kids spotted her on the streets, claiming to be her fans and asking for a handshake. She extended her hand, but all she saw was the blood of individuals she had killed doing her job. Lady Nagant returned to the commission where she felt really tired, yet she got another order to kill people from the Public Safety Commission's chairman. She started to question the orders she received, and the chairman threatened to kill her, saying she should know the consequences if she quit, and in response, she killed the chairman. Deku was shocked to hear this side of the story, because it's so different than the story that was released to the public. Nagant said there was no way they would ever show that a rebellion happens within the commission itself, which is why Deku and the public didn't know. She continued to say that this society that everyone yearned for was actually brittle and fake, a true glass house. They only show the bright side, but on the other side there will be people like Lady Nagant who get eaten alive by the system. And she said that the future with All for One as a leader seemed better than that. And Deku said he didn't know about all that, but he started to understand that the world itself isn't black and white, instead it's gray. This is why heroes such as himself have to reach out their hands to the victims of society. And Nagant argued and said that Deku is just another result of this false education. Nagant noticed that Deku could predict her movements and he started to get the upper hand, so she aimed her gun at Overhaul, who was standing on the edge of a building while still whining about meeting his boss as a ploy to break Deku's focus, and Deku was shown to be surprised and recognized him and called out his name within Chiseki, and the chapter ends here. From this chapter, we see insight into Lady Nagant's backstory. She was tired of killing people for a living, and due to the questioning of the nature of her job, she was instead threatened with her life, and like many others would do, she fought back. The Public Safety Commission had a hold on her life and essentially owned her. And even if she didn't physically fight back and instead went against orders, she would have been likely killed, and it would have been covered up without anyone ever knowing. After killing the leader of the Hero Society's backbone, there isn't a going back, so All for One to her is a means to escape and to gain freedom which many seek. I really do feel for Lady Nagant, as she was used up by the Public Safety Commission almost to a full loss of identity within herself, within her own calling as a hero, and she was instead used as a quite literal hired gun. I like that Lady Nagant, instead of serving as a typical villain, instead serves as a character to broaden and expand Deku's understanding of the world as a whole. Here we can see the Hero Society Deku idolized his entire life was not perfect. Instead, it has immense flaws and darkness within it. This exposition of light and darkness that Deku now sees enables him to truly understand his job as a hero isn't merely to fight villains, but to rebel against the mold of society's oppression on the sides of apparent good and evil. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribing. As always, guys, I'll see you all next time.